anybody in the special needs community, they are in that class, their families are. It's really hard to raise a special needs child when you have 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or more who are not, because you want to give equal love and time and attention to every one of your children. Every special needs parent dreams for their child. They dream that they'll be able to communicate, that they'll be able to socialize, that they'll be able to be productive, that they'll have something in their lives that makes them feel important. It's a parent's dream to see their child succeed in even the smallest of things, the very smallest of things. And families need help.
When I first met Grace at Saddle Up, she was 7 years old and she barely would speak. She wouldn't look at you. She was always very pleasant, but she wouldn't interact with you.
She was on this horse, Bella. I told Lynn, I said, what, Bella? Because Bella was quite a horse for someone at Grace's level at that time. But Grace hung in there, and you could tell the minute that Grace rode, you could see she had talent. She has a feel for riding. She has a feel for the horse.
It just shows like who the true horsemen are. There are people who own horses and there are people who are horsemen, and Grace is a horseman.
She brought her first horse that she bought to our farm, and the wonderful thing was we had some girl boarders at that time who were about her age, and they all just loved Grace.
It was just amazing, the transformation that happened over the years.
Grace loved what she was doing, you know, and she had the feel, and she bonded with each horse that she had. It was her partner. And then all the opportunities started coming in of Lyndon Gray and going to Florida. And once we all like, wow, we've got to do things to get the funding, and she cannot miss this opportunity.
I want to tell you that there is a man, Kevin McAfee, and his beautiful, lovely wife, Lynn, who want to make a documentary film about Grace and her life, so that we can hopefully provide hope for other families to say, what you see when they're 3 or 6 or 10, it's not the end of the story. There are years to come, and there are experiences to happen. I wouldn't have believed it if I hadn't lived it myself. I really wouldn't have. I'm just overwhelmed with what God can do with one child. He's done it with Grace. He can do it with more, many, many, many more. Because special needs families live in a vacuum sometimes, and they feel like they have to reinvent the wheel for everything they're doing for their child, and oftentimes they do. I have longed for the ability to reach a lot of families with special needs children and say, these are the opportunities that are out there for you. There are finances out there available to help you pay for therapies. But a movie like this would be something that could outreach anything that I could have ever thought or imagined, and hopefully give those parents, those families, those grandparents who long for their special needs grandchildren, the hope, the resources, the ideas that they're so desperately searching and looking for.